Okay, so when we're looking at this first one, some of you are a little confused between when b is greater than 0 and when it is between 0 and 1. Not too much of an issue when b is greater than 0. So let's choose a value where b is greater than 0. So let's just choose b equals 2. That means our equation will be y equals 2 to the power of x. So if we do that, and we actually make a table of values or not, go over 1, it's going to be up 2, and then over 2, 2 squared is going to be 4, and then over 3, 3 squared is going to be 8. And the same thing this way, if I put a -1 in for my x here, I would have 2 to the -1. Remember, negative exponent reciprocates the base. So there is what we have, and so we have a half. And if we kept doing that, we know that it would creep along the x-axis. It would never touch it. Okay, so not too much difficulty when b is greater than 0. Some of us, however, when we have it that it is between 0 and 1, notice it's not 0, and notice it's not 1. So if we choose, let's choose a number, let's choose a half. So we have y equals 1/2 to the power of x. Same kind of thing here. If we choose 0, anything to the 0 we know is going to be 1. So that it intersects there. If I choose 1, so let's choose 1. 1/2 to the power of 1 is a half. If I choose the number 2, it would be 1/2 squared, which would be 1/4. Notice it's positive. So if I put those points on, so a half and then 1/4, so I'm creeping closer and closer to the x-axis. Now what happens if I choose negative values? Well, if I choose a -1, I would have 1/2 to the power of -1. Remember, the negative exponent is going to reciprocate the base, so I have 2 to the power of 1. So I end up, if I go over on the left-hand side of the y-axis, I end up having it equaling 2. The same thing is true if I put a -2. I would end up with 1/2 to the -2, which reciprocates the base, so it would be 2 squared, which is 4. So we end up that we're going, or actually I picked these on purpose because it's a mirror image of the blue graph. Okay, so it doesn't mean that if b is between 0 and 1 that it reflects it down into this area. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that it will be a mirror image of the reciprocal.